learn on Tuesday?
It's corresponding angles.
Okay, what is corresponding angles? How does that work?
How, ma'am? Parallel lines.
Okay, and what are parallel lines? How can I draw parallel lines?
It's lines that don't cross.
Okay, good. So lines that are never ever going to cross. Okay, what symbol do I use on those lines to show that they are parallel?
That thing that looks like a V, but like
good. Okay, excellent.
Yes, okay. Well done.
You're doing great so far. Okay, so I've got parallel lines, and what happens with those parallel lines?
Like how, ma'am? Like how do you describe them?
Like how would I now because so far you told me with corresponding angles that it's parallel lines. So now I have parallel lines. How am I going to get corresponding angles? What do I need?
Am I crossing a line?
Okay, good. Okay, so it's called a transversal line, but a crossing line is perfect. Okay, I need a line that goes through my parallel line. Perfect. Yeah. Okay, now that I have that line, how would I know if angles are corresponding to each other?
So when we say AB,
okay,
then you put those two sticks like things.
Okay, so AB is definitely parallel to CD. I like what you're saying. That's very much true. Good. Okay. What's the letter that we look for when we're looking for corresponding angles?
Yeah, the shape.
Equals.
I'm gonna pass the mic on to someone else, but I really appreciate everything that you have been able to tell us so far. Unati, can you tell me what is the letter that we associate with corresponding angles?
F.
Good, it's an F. Okay, so it looks something like that. Okay, and so our corresponding angles would be like those two would be equal to each other. Okay, those two would be equal to each other. These two would be equal to each other, and these two would be equal to each other. Okay, and that's corresponding angles. So when we're using corresponding angles, the rule that we use is we say corres, that means corresponding. Angles, you can say equals if you want to, you don't have to, and then you have to say which lines are parallel to each other. Okay, that's the first thing. We are going to add a new rule onto this today, and it's a rule that some of you already know if you wanted to use it on Tuesday, which I liked. So I think you're going to have fun with today's lesson. Today's lesson, we are going to be learning about alternate angles, okay? So we're going to have a look at these ones over here. We're going to start with this guy. So now in our word of fun, okay, remember I told you when we're doing this section, we're going to think of these three letters. So we've got fun, and we started with F, which was corresponding, and alternate is our N or our Z. So it depends on how you want to remember it, okay? And so whenever we have a Z or an N, that's going to be our alternate angles. So if we have a look here, an example of a Z, there are multiple Z's, would be there. And so then I could say that B would be equal to W. Okay. Can you tell me some other angles that are equal in this picture? Yeah. Imbo, can you tell me some other ones that are equal?
Is Z, Z equal to W. Z equal to C.
Yes, exactly. Z is definitely equal to C, 100%, okay? And so we can see that by having this like backwards Z in situation. So it's the angles that are on the inside of that Z or that N. Perfect, okay. Beverly, can you tell me some other angles that are equal?
D and B.
D and B.
B.
These two.
Yes.
Okay, can you tell me why? I completely agree with that. B is definitely equal to B. Can you tell me the reason?
They're vertically opposite angles.
Yes, a nice
Well
job.
done, Beverly.
Okay, so these two up here, these were both dealing with alternate angles. Okay, now we can see that D is equal to B. Does someone have another one for me? Stacy, can you tell me some other angles that are equal?
Z and X and Y and W.
Z and X and Y and W. What would be my reasons for those two? Oh, I've lost you, Stacy. What would be my reasons for those ones being equal?
Because they are also vertically opposite angles.
Good, nice, perfect.
Well
Okay,
done,
these
my
are also
people.
vertically
Nailing
opposite
this.
angles. Good. Okay, so we know those two are equal. We know those two are equal. There's one other pair. So I'm going to put this pair in. We haven't said it, but it's also vertically opposite. So we also have A and C. Okay. There's another set that would also be equal in this one that I'm curious about. Unati, can you tell me some other ones that would be equal?
Ma'am, is it Z and C?
Z and C. So we've already said that one.
Oh, ma'am, I don't know.
No?
Ma'am,
Think
is
about
it
your rule from Tuesday.
Yeah, I see the F shape somewhere. Let's go, Natty. You can do
C and
it.
X?
Look for your F.
C and W.
C and? Oh, not C and W. C and? Not W.
X.
Yes. Okay,
Yes,
there
well
we go.
Ma'am,
done.
but I said that the first time, and you.
No.
I said that the
No.
first time. I'm
You
like
said,
Z and
you said
A.
Z.
C
You
and
said Z and C. You said Z
Ma'am, I
and C.
said C.
See, guys, this is
I
why we
said
need. This
C.
is why we need subtitles, because it was definitely a Z.
Exactly.
So now we've got our corresponding angles. We've got C and X, we've got Y and D, we've got Z and A, we've got W and B. We're not going to write all of those, but those are all corresponding angles. Okay, so the reason we learned on Tuesday is corresponding, and then the one we're going to be doing today is alternate. So if we have a look here, there's my Z. So that's my creating this alternate angle situation where A is going to equal E. Okay, so A is going to equal E. And if we have a look at this one, there's my Z or my N, however you want to think about it. And it's always going to be those inside angles that are equal to each other. So A is going to equal E. Okay, so that's just a very vague idea of it. Now we're just going to figure out how we would write this rule. I'm trying to zoom out a little bit in case people wanted to take a screenshot. You might get more this way. Hold on. That might be a better shot. No, don't worry, it's right there. I haven't taken it off the screen. Okay, so whenever we have these two parallel lines and we've got a transversal line that goes through them, we can create this Z or this N situation. And when we create that, we have got an alternate angle, okay? And the reason that we write when we use this is we say alt angles. And again, some of you may want to say equals, but you don't have to say equals. So alt angles are equal, and then you have to say which lines are parallel. So here you're saying that AB is parallel to CG, okay? AB parallel to CG. You need to say those. And if you don't have them, then you would just say parallel lines. Okay.
Screenshot, my babes. I see what Pen was like. I'm still writing, babe. Like,
I know.
screenshot. We move. Screenshot.
Ma'am,
Hayden, how can I help?
Didn't you say we must make the inside angles equal? So BC maybe is equal.
So it's the angle. So when we're talking, if we write a line, so when you're saying BC, those are only two letters. And when we only have two letters, we're talking about a line. So you would be talking about that line there. If we're
Yes.
talking about an angle, it has to have 3 letters. So it's saying angle ABC. It's saying that guy in the middle.
Okay. Okay.
So that would be like this. Does that make sense?
Yes, that makes sense. Makes a lot of
Okay,
sense.
Good, 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 good. Okay. Okay. Cool. If you want to take a screenshot or a picture of this, please feel free. And then we're going to try and do an example of it. What are you eating?
Screenshot time, my babes. Sia, I hope you are there with a pen and a paper to write on, girl. I see you. I see that pen now. Now I'm satisfied.
Okay, let's try and go through this one. So let's have a look. This is as easy as this could go. What's wrong, Tata? Just take a photo for me, sweetheart, and then it's, and remember, you can always rewatch these and you can pause them, and if you're wanting to write them, but we won't have time to write everything today. What I really want you to write on is when we do questions, and I really want you to write your answers to those, because that's where you get the most practice. Oh, Madal, I know, but just try and put them in the chat for us. That's the best we're going to be able to do right now. No problem, Tato. And Madal, maybe try and see if it's a different headphone set. Maybe try and plug a different one in next time. Okay, so the questions come in the chat. When do we use angles of a triangle? So we use sum of angles in a triangle when we're trying to find, if we have a triangle, like let's say that's x and that's 60 and that's 70, we would say 60 plus x plus 70 is equal to 180. And we'd say sum of angles in a triangle. Okay, so this question is as easy as alternate angle questions can get. You are probably never going to see something this easy in class or in a test or in an exam. It's too easy, okay? But it's a good way for us to start learning about this new rule. When we have this, we can see our parallel lines, AB and CD. There's our transversal line, okay? And so we can say straight away that x is equal to 45 degrees. And my reason is alt angles, I'm going to push equals, but you don't have to. And then you're going to say which sides are parallel. So AB is parallel to CD. And that's the end. That's all you would have to do in this situation. And the cool thing is you would get 2 marks for doing something like that, which is a lot of marks for doing nothing. Yes, my sweetheart, how can I help?
Ma'am, for the reason, do you have to put the equals or can you just use a semicolon?
No, you can use a semicolon. You don't need to have that equals. Some teachers really like their students to put the equals, but you really don't have to.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, exactly, Madal.
Yeah, those
Okay.
reasons are important.
Let's have a look at this one. So now this one is also, let me just quickly pop up to this question. Hello? Oh, I
I
can't
don't
hear you.
know where I can also help you on my side to try and check what's wrong with your connection.
Oh, I'm so sad. I can't hear you, Suda. I think you might be having the same thing as Madal, because I can't hear you at all, but I could see you were unmuted. Do you lose marks if you don't put AB as parallel to CD? You do lose marks. You wouldn't get a mark for this whole reason if you don't put this, because alternate angles are only equal if they are parallel lines. And so if they aren't parallel lines, then they wouldn't be equal. Remember, geometry is cutthroat, guys. It has to be exactly the way that we're talking about it. Otherwise, nothing. Okay. So here again, we've got our Z or our N. Doesn't matter how you want to think about it, as long as you've got that shape. All right. And then we're going to, in this one, we're going to make a little equation. Okay, so this is just a little bit harder than what we've done, but not a lot harder. We can say that 2y is equal to 34. So 2y is equal to 34 because alt angles are equal when AB is parallel to CD. Now, if I want y to be alone, I'm going to divide both sides by 2. And so I would then say y is equal to 17 degrees. And that would be my full answer. So for a question like that, then you would get 3 marks. So you would get 1 for your original equation, 1 for your reason, and 1 for your answer. Okay, before I move on to any other questions for you to try, is there anything that anyone is seeing on the board that they feel uncertain about, or they would like to know more about? They feel stressed, anything, let me know.
While we add it, let's take screenshot, but people, you're doing really good.
So we divide the 2y by 2 because when it's 2y, it's saying I've got 2 of these and I only want 1y. And when I divide that by 2, the 2 divided by 2, they cancel, so it just becomes 1. And what I do to one side on an equation, I have to do to the other side. So think about it like when we did equations a long time ago. If you had an equation that was like 2x is equal to 10, that is saying 2 times something is equal to 10. And we know that that x would then be 5, right? Because 2 times 5 is equal to 10. So if I'm wanting to find out what x is there, I would divide that by 2, and I would divide that by 2, and I would see that x is 5. So just geometry is just algebra. It's just algebra. It's really all of the stuff that we did when we did equations. We're just now putting them into some pictures. Yeah, Belisa, how can I help?
Ma'am, I want to ask, why do you put 3 dots at y plus 17?
Okay, so these 3 dots here, they mean therefore, and it's a more formal way of saying your answer. So whenever you're doing equation work, those 3 dots just mean like, therefore, this is the answer.
Oh, okay, thank you, ma'am.
Sure. And if you see dots that are upside down like that, that means because. So these dots mean therefore, and these dots mean because. The language of maths, guys. Isn't it a cool thing? Okay. Oh, look at this question. I'm so excited. Okay. I'm going to help with a little bit here. I'm not going to help with a lot because I want you to be able to see some of this yourselves.
I'm sure they'll manage.
I just want to help you with that. That's what I'm going to suggest you start with. There are lots of different ways you can go about this.
It's a spicy question, this one.
You can find this whole thing very easily in probably in 2 lines. We make it nice and big so everyone can see the numbers. So I'm looking for the value of x, and I'm looking for the value of y. Again, there are lots of different ways, but let's see. Is this my iPhone that is Keho? Or is this a different iPhone? Whichever iPhone you are, you need to unmute your side because I'm unmuting my side, but you are not unmuting. Okay. Hi. Rename. Okay. Why did you mute yourself again? Oh, Madao, is that what's happening? Problems with activating your microphone. Okay, well, this is good to know. I didn't even know that that was an issue some of you had. So we should probably write that down. Yes, hi, sweetheart. How can I help?
Ma'am, ma'am, to answer the question, ma'am.
Okay, you're welcome to start me through it. What did you start with?
Ma'am, I started with 71 equals to x. X
Good.
equals to 71.
And what's my reason for that?
Alternating angles equals to parallel.
What lines are parallel?
E, C, F, D.
Good. EC
Well
parallel to FC.
done.
Nice.
Good.
Great start. Great start. Okay, so I'm just going to spread the love a little bit with this question. So I'm going to go to someone else for the next part. So now we're looking for Y. So at the moment, we know that X is 71 degrees. Okay. Unati, do you think you can help me find Y?
Ma'am, is Y 68 degrees?
Y is not 68 degrees.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
You learned just now, Nati. Don't worry. No worries.
Let's see. I wonder, do you think you can help me find Y?
Yes, for Y, I said 68 plus 71, which is equal to 139. With the reason is exterior angles.
That was great. Okay, I love that reason. I love that reason. There was another reason you could have used, but exterior angles of a triangle is so great. That is a perfect
done.
answer. Chef's kiss. Excellent. Nice. Okay, so that was one of our options. So for those of you who remember, I told you when we learned this rule and you were like, it's so easy. And I was like, it's sneaky. Is when we have a triangle, so there's a triangle like that, and then we have a line that extends, it creates this thing called an exterior angle. And an exterior angle, that's my exterior angle, is equal to the sum of my two opposite interior angles. Okay, so we definitely could have used this rule of exterior angles. I'm very curious to have anyone did it a different way, because there's actually another way to find Y without first finding this angle. You would be able to find it quickly as well. I'm just curious to hear if anyone got there. Zoe, how can I help, or what did you do?
I did angles on a straight line.
Okay, so did you first find this pink dot over here?
Yes, miss.
And did you use sum of angles in a triangle?
Yes, miss.
Then that's perfect. Okay, so guys, if you went the same route as Zoe and you found that angle there, so you found that FDC is equal to 41 degrees, and then you did angles on a straight line, then that's great. Totally good. Did anyone do something different to that? So if you didn't do angles on a straight line, you didn't do exterior angles, did anyone do something different? Connie, did you do something different?
Hi, ma'am.
Hi.
It's Ayanda, ma'am. I don't know what happened to the username. It's Ayanda.
Oh, it's Ayanda. Okay, I'll change your name for you now.
No, ma'am. I used the sum of angles of a straight line, ma'am.
Oh,
Sum of
okay,
angles
so
in
you
a
did as
triangle,
well.
ma'am. Sorry.
Okay. Let me take you guys out of your misery then. There was actually a sneaky F hiding here, guys. Here you go. I'll do them in blue. Do you see the F? That F is telling me that this angle here, which is 71 plus 68, is equal to this angle here because of corresponding angles. There was a sneaky corresponding angles in there. So you could have done exterior angles of a triangle, you could have done sum of angles in a triangle, and then angles on a straight line, or you could have done corresponding. All of them would have taken you to the same place. Cool. Lady, how can I help?
Ma'am, how do we get the 41 by FDC?
So you would say 68, oh goodness. You would say 68 plus 71 plus angle FDC is equal to 180 degrees because of sum of angles in a triangle.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
And then you could solve from there. No problem. Ursula, how can I help?
Ma'am, my name isn't Ursula. My name is Sarah. That's my mommy's name.
Sorry, sweetheart. Okay, let me change it right now. What am I changing it to? Sarah.
Yeah.
Is there an H involved there, or is it just S-A-R-A?
There's a H.
Okay. How can I help?
Thank you. That's all. I don't understand this.
Okay. Letwin, last one for the question. How can I help?
Ma'am, so if we changed Y and X, would it be a problem?
Yes. So you meaning if you said Y is equal to 71 and X is equal to 139?
Yes.
That would be a big problem. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I am the lady. I'm a, like a renaming spree over here. My next talent. Okay. We're gonna do a quick brain break, and then we're gonna come back to some of these. But you're doing really, really well. I'm very proud of you guys. For our brain break
Yeah,
today,
well
I thought we
done.
would do something a bit different. So they're not dingbats. They are riddles. Oh my goodness, Dr. Portia. I know that name. That is 100% Alvarez. I'm so
Welcome
certain.
back, Alvarez.
I feel very certain that this is Alvarez. I'm feeling so
It is.
certain that I'm going to change their name.
Even the hello is hello with a question mark.
Alvarez, the other class have been requesting your presence, just so you know. They have been asking where you are. Oh, I found this cute little joke. It says, why are circles so hot? And then the triangle says, because they're 360 degrees.
Yeah,
No?
that was quite cool.
Come on. Come on. It's
That's
a
a
little
nice
funny.
joke.
No? I'm not even getting one laugh. Yeah, it's corny, but it's like math corny. Math corny makes it fun. No? Okay. Yeah, maybe it's just funny to math teachers. That's very possible. Very, very possible. Okay, so we have Brian. Brian's going to take us on our brain break today. So we've got 3 riddles. Let's see how they go. Okay, first riddle. How many letters are in the alphabet? Tabi, no. You are all wrong so far. All of this is wrong. No, I haven't seen the correct answer yet. I still haven't seen the right answer. Those of you who are certain it's 26, it's not. Ah, I saw the right answer. Oh gosh, and then it zoomed so fast, I can't see who it was. Oh my goodness, where did it go? No, but Sutu. Oh. We have a winner. They got it 100% right.
Well done,
if you feel comfortable, it would be great to hear your explanation. If you feel like talking, if you don't mind putting your hand up. If you don't want to put your hand up, that's also okay. But if you feel comfortable, it would be nice to hear from you.
Yeah, I would like to know, how did you get the answer?
So the answer was definitely 11, guys. For those of you still convinced that it's 26. Yes, yeah, you put your hand up. Okay, can you talk us through how you got to your answer? How did you get to the answer of 11? Oh no, you unmuted and then you muted again. There we go.
There we go.
Hello?
Hi, Sutu.
Oh no, I think we have the same issue as Madal. Oh, it's so sad. So it is 11 because it's saying how many letters are there in the alphabet. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Right? I mean, in my defense, I did tell you that these were riddles. So.
Yeah, definitely. They were so tricky.
Tumelo, you were so convinced that it was 26. Have you altered your opinion?
Well, I've been bamboozled. I've been bamboozled.
Okay, let's try our next one. Let's try our next riddle. Okay, the next one is quite long. As I was going to St. Ives, I met a man with 7 wives. Each wife had 7 sacks. Each sack had 7 cats. Each cat had 7 kits. Kits, cats, sacks, and wives. How many were going to St. Ives? For those of you who don't like reading, I will say it again. As I was going to St. Ives, I met a man with 7 wives. Each wife had 7 sacks. Each sack had 7 cats. Each cat had 7 kits. Kits, cats, sacks, and wives. How many were they going to St. Ives? I I see lots of people have come in with some answers. I'm trying to see. Oh no, I feel like the answer's like zoomed up. Okay, let's have a look. Okay. Bamboozled, yes. Okay, the very first person to get this one right so far was Leighton. Nice job. For those of you coming with these extra large numbers, the answer is 1. It is one single person. Because it's just the person who is going to St. Ives. It's just that they passed all of these people along the way. It just says, as I was going to St. Ives. So it's just one person, just one. That one was less tricksy than the first one, though, I think. Okay, we've got one more for the evening. Last one. Let's see who can get this one right. What 5-letter word becomes shorter when you add 2 letters? What 5-letter word becomes shorter when you add 2 letters? Oh, come on, yes. Nice. The word is short. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And when you add 2 letters, it becomes shorter. And those are our riddles of the evening. Nice job. How do we feel about the riddles versus the dingbats versus the math sums? Where is our favorites? Which ones do we like the most? Mateo, how can I help? Okay, so some people like riddles. Oh, no problem. That's okay. I'll lower your hand, please. Yeah, no, we do. How can I help? Oh, no, we still can't hear you. So, Karen, you like all of them. Okay, I'll try and do like a mix of them then. Some riddles, some dingbats, some math things. Okay, let's give this next one a go. Let's give this one a try, guys. So I'm wanting to find the value of x in this situation. I don't want you to overthink it too much. I know you're going to be fine with it. Just do your best. And I would like to know what the answer for x is. Don't forget to have your reasons.
Let's go, Likona. Hopefully you can give us an answer. Let's see. Let's see who's concentrating. Whoa, I see Nontokozo over there. Whether it's a mirror or whatever that it is, I can see you, Nonto. Hopefully you're working.
Oh, Anati is ready. That hand has shot up. Madao, should we test this again?
Madao, I hope that this is working.
Hello? You know what though, Madao, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave you unmuted. I'm going to leave you unmuted and you sort out what you're going to sort out that side. And then if we hear you at some point, then that'll be exciting. Keep testing it, Madao. Assembly, of course you can eat in my class. I drink tea in our class all the time. Sometimes I'm also chomping on some cookies. You can 100% eat. Okay, I'm going to give you guys 1 more minute on this question and then we're going to go through it and we're going to figure out what x is. Let's have a look. Okay. Let's go. Oh, Nati, let's go. What am I going to write over here?
Okay, ma'am. First, I said
2x
I'm
plus
just gonna
10.
draw my little Z in. Okay. So you said 2x plus 10
plus 4x minus 10.
plus 4x minus 10.
Yes, ma'am.
Do I want to plus them?
Ma'am?
Do I want to add them together?
Ma'am, can
What? So what was your reason that you used, sweetheart?
ma'am, I use alternating angles.
Okay, so when we use alternating angles, what does that mean?
That the ma'am, what?
When we use alternating angles, what does that rule mean? So when we have a Z or an N, what does it mean if they're alternating?
Ma'am, those two lines are parallel.
Yeah. What does it mean about the angles?
Ma'am, they equal.
Which ones are equal?
The 2x plus 10 equals to 4x minus 10.
Yeah. Okay. So when we're in alternating angles, those two must be equal to each other. So we're going to say that that is going to equal 4x minus 10.
So,
Does that
ma'am,
make
can I
sense?
continue? Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
you're welcome to continue from here.
So, ma'am, so can you move the 4 over and then the
Sure.
10?
Okay. So what will
So
that
it's
look
going
like?
to be 2x minus 4x equals to minus 10 minus 10.
Good. Good.
So it's going to be negative 2x equals to negative 20.
Good.
Divide that by negative 2
Good.
and x equals to 10.
Perfect. Perfect. Nice job. Good work there. Okay, the hands that are up, if they are up to answer, you can put them down for me. If they are up to ask a question, then please just keep them up for me. And I
While
will
you
get
edit, take a screenshot before we move on.
Nomaza, how can I help, Nomaza? What's wrong?
Oh, sorry, ma'am. I was just about to lower my hand. I wanted to answer.
No problem, no problem. I'll keep your name in mind for the next question. Okay. Tabang, how can I help?
Ma'am. Ma'am.
Yes. Yes, I'm here.
Oh, okay. Ma'am, when she says 2x minus 4x, where does the subtraction come from?
So when we moved this 4x over here, when we jumped over, whenever something jumps over the equal sign, it has to change
Inverse
signs.
operation.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And so that's what happened. That's why that became negative 4x. And then when this 10 jumped over, it became negative 10.
Oh, okay.
Make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
So, Pabi, we know that we need to minus, we just do the opposite of whatever it is. So on this side, it was a plus 4x. So when he jumped over, it has to be minus. And this one was a plus. So when he jumps over, then it became a minus. So it's always going to be the opposite of what it is, if that helps. Okay. Oh, Madal, I heard like static. I feel like we're making progress in your sound situation. Yolanda, how can I help?
Hi, ma'am.
Hi.
Ma'am, I did not do the same as she did, but I got the same answer.
Okay, that worries me a little bit because there isn't any other way we could do this question. So can you tell me what you did?
Oh, okay, ma'am, I said 4x minus 10. Then I put an equal sign, then I said 2x plus 10.
Oh, but Sudha, that's exactly the same. It's just the other way around. It's the same. So you're all good. Totally fine. Totally fine. For the question that came in, there isn't any other way to do this question. The only way we can do this question is with alternate angles. Second part, can I say A, B, D, C? Yeah, you can say A, B, D, C. You could say B, A, C, D. Any of those are fine. Keiko, how can I help? No? Hello?
Oh, ma'am, it's fine.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right, guys, I'm going to go down to the next question so long, so we can try and squeeze one more in before the end of this lesson. I want us to do, oh, which one should we do? Let's do this one. Okay. It's not too bad. So Imanati, for that question, there wasn't anything else we could have done. The only thing we could do was to do alternate angles. No, Ishmael, it's not okay if the answer was -10, because that means we didn't divide by -2. We only divided by +2. So it would be the wrong answer. No, open the question.
Beverly has a question. Beverly, do you have a question? Or is that you wanted to answer? Let's hear from you.
When I give an answer.
Sure. Can we just wait a little bit, Beverly? Because I just want to give everyone a chance to finish this. But I will put your name here for you.
Hey, and Sia's hand is up. I'm excited.
Yeah, we haven't heard from Sia in a long time.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to give you guys one more minute, and then Beverly is going to take us through how to do these questions. Giovanni, don't worry. I'm going to try and squeeze out some extra time for you guys. We've just got some Speedy Gonzalez in this class. Oh, I'm seeing some good things in Manati. Okay, Beverly, talk me through how you would like to start this question.
150 degrees is equal to m.
Okay. What's my reason?
Because they are vertically opposite angles.
Okay, vertically opposite angles are equal. Nice. Okay, so now I know that this is 115 degrees. Good. Next line.
That's the only answer I got.
Oh, this is why we were so speedy. Try and finish the whole question next time. Sia, can you help me find N? We can't hear you. Try and unplug your headphones and plug them back in again. Sometimes that helps.
Audio problems there, Sia.
Yeah, we got nothing, Sia. I'm so sorry. Tabby, can you help me find N?
N equals to 115 degrees.
What's my reason?
Corresponding angles.
I like it. Corresponding angles. What do I have to say after that?
GH is parallel to CD.
Nice. Okay, I love it. Perfect. Can you tell me, who can tell me a different way of finding N? The N is definitely 115, but I would like a different way of finding it. I like the corresponding. Tato, can you tell me a different reason for finding N is 115?
Ma'am, N is equals to 115 degrees. Alternate angles.
Good, alternate angles. And then we would also say GH is parallel to CD. Exactly. Okay, so guys, if we were using alternate angles, we're looking at that Z over there. And if we were looking at corresponding angles, then we were looking at that F over there. Okay. Nice work, guys. You did really well today. We're gonna call it there, and we're gonna try and get you guys all into your